So I'm going to briefly talk about a style of low percent tech chasing that Kome uses to great effect, right? And this is kind of like, what do I do in early game and Shulk? Like, how do I tackle transitioning from neutral to advantage, and what do I do when I get in? So against a lot of characters, in this example I was, Snakebot. He, with the grenades and with all of his projectiles, he's not really a character that we can zone. He instead kind of forces an approach with those projectiles. And so in this case, like whenever we play neutral, there's really no reason to not be in speed right away. Buster and Jump are both bad choices because we'll almost certainly take we'll take more bonus damage from those arcs than the benefit that either extra damage or extra mobility will get us. Now compare that to speed, where our damage is slightly reduced, but the odds of us getting in unscathed are pretty good. And the goal is that when we get in unscathed, we're able to convert it to a meaty punish. Now here's like kind of the problem, right? Like the first thing that seems intuitive would be to push like Snake off stage, right? You get stage control. You would, you get speed, you get a down throw, and then bam, 16 damage, true combo, not bad, 3 damage. Okay, right? Super exciting. Okay, 16 damage. But and like maybe afterwards, you want to like switch into Buster, right? To get an edge guard, or not maybe even to edge guard, but just to ledge trap, right? Just to ledge trap. But the problem is like this isn't as efficient as we want it to be, and with as strong as some characters are right now, like it just makes no sense not to punish them more before we throw them off stage. Because like when they're off stage, like they kind of have the ledge as a bit of a protective buffer. Like the ledge provides a lot of invincibility, and it makes it kind of difficult to continue our combo. Can we reliably rack damage with stage control at the ledge? Of course, but like the goal is if we're in neutral and we get in with speed, especially at these low percents, we really want to try to rack on as much damage as we can before we push them off stage. And so the question is like what can we do that's more efficient than this? Or maybe we get a second fair, down throw, fair. Ooh, 22 damage. 22 damage. That's like whack. He can land up tilt and it does 18. So the idea behind Kome chasing is that instead of immediately throwing them off stage and getting stage control, right? Where we do this, like, okay, we have stage control, great. We edge guard. Now, the idea here is we really want to utilize speed as much as we can here. And what we're going to do is we're going to juggle them, but we're going to juggle them in a different way. So like instead of throwing Snake up and juggling them like this is not very effective to juggle characters like or projectile characters. In particular, he's a bad candidate because of frame 1 grenades. Like this right here, this up tilt, if you try to up tilt him and he's holding a grenade, you're going to hit him and you're going to hit the grenade, and both of you are going to blow up and your advantage state is going to be gone. So what we really need to be doing here is removing options, but we still want to have access to them to do damage. Now the solution to this is to just do this kind of Kome-style tech chasing or Kome chasing, where you get in, you land the Nair, maybe a pummel, but instead of throwing them off stage, you actually want to like throw them back on stage. Okay, I'm going to go slow so I can show you what I mean. Okay, so you get in speed, right? And when we're in speed, you want to approach them just however, and all we're trying to do is get in, and we want the grab. That is what is important here. We want to grab. And the easiest way to set up a grab is to just land a Nair. So just first things first, you want to land a Nair, right? You want to get in there, you get in there. Okay, so we land a Nair. Great. We land a Nair, and then critically, after the Nair, we get a grab. Or a jab. Okay. Thank you very much. Anyway, and the idea is that beforehand we had this like idea, right, where you Nair, down throw, fair, maybe fair twice, right, and you do 21, 22 damage. But with this, Nair, You know, Nair, grab, pummel, back throw, tech chase, re-grab, pummel twice, back throw, tech chase. Three of them, bam, back on the stage. They're in prone, 50 freaking damage. Unreal how much damage you can rack up by just doing back throw and forward throw 2 or 3 times. Or like this right here. Bam. What about that? We still have stage control, but instead of doing 22, now I'm doing 46. And a lot of times, like this second back throw, like this one will be true a lot of times, but this one, a lot of times with high DI, if they DI up and away instead of down, they can like get out of it. So here you can actually just do this, where you run past them, Nair, re-grab, and then you can get to F tilt, which has the shallower angle, and then like that's your damage right here. This is a ton of damage for being in speed. With the damage reduction, like that's a huge amount of damage. And like just like that, like not only has the snake player not gotten to interact at all, like you've done tons of damage to him, and it's just so much more effective than trying to force an edge guard when you only put on 20 damage. Like, just pushing him to the edge like this is cool, I guess, but you do no damage. Your damage and speed comes from all these low percent, all these low percent tech chases. And a lot of times, like, even if you bungle something, you should be able to, like, expand. Like, here you can combo that down throw into Nair if they decide to let you land with, if they decide to not challenge it, I guess. But most of the time, you just want to do forward throw and back throw because it removes options from the other player. Like, they don't even get the opportunity. Like, they don't even get the opportunity to play. He doesn't get to throw a grenade. He doesn't get to do shit. It's amazingly effective. And like a lot of times, players want to get out of your combo by going off stage. There's only so much room for you to do this. Like you can only do these little fancy Twitter short hop, like whatever. There's only so much room on the stage to do that before you run out. And most of the time, like if you have even stage control, you're probably gonna get your Nair when Snake's like right. So this is what it's gonna look like. You're gonna do this. Oh boy, 30 damage and stage control. That's cool. It wasn't true for one, not that percent. But either way, it was only 30% damage, like, that's good, but either way, like, you still have the same situation, like, how do we wring as much blood out of the stone as possible? And it just makes more sense that instead of pushing them off stage, you want to actually just really be a bully on the stage. You can do that, or you get to like the double Nair. Look at that, 50 damage. And that's like what you want, right? At a 1 usage of speed, you can rack 50 damage on a character. And most of the time, like, kind of regardless of, the best part about it is speed runs so fast that all you have to do is land the Nair. It doesn't matter how. You do this, right? You can land this Nair, grab. You can land this Nair, grab. You can land this Nair, grab. It doesn't matter. Any kind of grab that any kind of Nair that you can think of will connect into this. Like any kind of Nair that you hit will connect into gravity. I promise. Because it doesn't tumble, but it has enough hit stun that you can guarantee. Like you can guarantee what's going on. And kind of the insidious thing about it is that the throw forces tumble, right? The throw forces tumble, but the Nair actually like untumbles, right? This Nair will actually untumble, and that is what allows the re-grab, and that's why this is so grimy. You can grab, throw, Nair, right? Nair, tumble, throw, Nair, or fair, like that works. Grab, Nair. Okay, he's finally in tumble off short hop speed Nair at like 30%, but that doesn't matter because all you do is delay. You just delay the grab, and you can grab people and tumble. It just takes a little while for them to fall to the ground. Back throw, Nair. Back throw, Nair. You just have to wait a little longer, and you can get that grab. Back throw, Nair. Forward throw, Nair. Grab. I grabbed him out of tumble. It doesn't matter. Like, you can get so much more damage by Kome chasing with this style of aggressive tech chasing. And the best part is like, they're just not allowed to play. All they can do is pray that you bungle the misinput. Like, this is in speed, this is literally as free as like in Melee when Sheik would get tech chases. Like, if you can react fast enough, there is no counterplay to this for many characters, unless they're light enough that they can DI up to actually like double jump out. If you double jump out, like, this is no big deal. This isn't a big deal. This technique is effective because it punishes fast followers. It punishes fast followers who are forced to detect. Because in speed, like this, like you have just ultimate. There's nothing you can do to get away. And outside of certain characters that have like really good instant, like with like less than 5 frame grounded options, a lot of times that their roll out of tech is not going to be Nair and then running to grab them. Like your turnaround grab like is probably going to beat out whatever their option is, unless you have frame 4 F10 like Snake does. Anyway, that's a kind of a brief overview of like Kome-style tech chasing and like how to really like get as much damage out of Buster as you can. Like you do that too, right? Like instead of doing the third one, you just bam, 2, grab, F throw. As soon as it goes into tumble, bam. And if you can get a running start, you can get that last one. Back throw, Nair, grab, forward throw, Nair, fair, bam. And like you can get a lot out of that without, you know, like there's lots of options for how you want to do stuff. But it's like super important that you do the forced tech chase at least twice, because that's what's going to give you the damage. The first Nair, whatever, that grab does 7 damage. That pummel does a single percent, so 6, 7, 14, 6, 7, 8, like, and especially this too. Back throw does 7.5 in speed. Forward throw does 6. Pretty much down throw. It does 4.5. Down throw sucks in speed. You don't want to ever use that if the goal is to do damage, especially because of these tech chases, man. Like, there's no point. Man, look at that. That's a good follow-up. That's just kind of a brief overview of how that works and like how you would optimize speed a little bit out of neutral. Thanks.